A girl named Vera is contained in the plastic surgeon of Robert Ledgard in his estate. She is forced to wear a protective suit as her skin is too fragile. While Vera is engaged in yoga, Robert Ledgard acts at a scientific conference with a report on the importance of full restoration of the face in patients with burns. After the conference, the man calls for the parking lot of the hospital and secretly redeems the materials necessary for his experiments from the local nurse. Returning to his estate, Robert immediately enters the home laboratory. He conducts experiments on a newly acquired example of human blood. After he enters his room and watches the naked Vera through the monitor screen, which lies motionless, the man takes the box and goes to her room. Entering, he says that he brought her opium, and in horror notes that she tried to sue with sheets from the magazine. He carries her to his laboratory and provides her with medical care in time. Having come to his senses, Vera asks how long it will last. Robert is silent in response. It becomes clear that the doctor has been holding it in locked for many years, regularly conducting medical experiments on a girl. A servant led by a manager named Marilia, who is in the course of all experiments on Vera, also lives on the estate. In fact, she even helps Robert keep the girl in imprisonment. At breakfast, Marilia brings the doctor the blood of animals, which she collected at his direction. Robert immediately goes to his home laboratory to conduct a study of samples. In the laboratory, he has many different types of insects and test tubes with the blood of different animals for his research. He takes out artificially grown skin and sews it on the mannequin. After several hours, it transplants the skin. Having conducted a burden test, Robert finally states that the experiment was a success. He created strong skin for patients. During the next conference, Robert shares his discovery with colleagues. He created durable skin, which is neither how much, nor burns, nor bites of many insects. Robert called his invention GAL. He also claims that his works will help get rid of malaria once and for all. However, he is forced to say that he conducted all the experiments on laboratory mice. Robert assures that all algorithms can be applied to people. After the presentation, the supervisor of Robert asks why he chose this particular name and about the details of the production of such a skin. Robert says that he named in honor of his late wife, whose before her death received burns throughout the body. The inquisitive mind of the supervisor makes Robert admit that he crossed human cells with pig cells to make stronger skin. Obviously, this practice is absolutely illegal. Hearing this, the leader demands to immediately stop the study. Otherwise, he will be forced to report this to the scientific community. In the evening, upon returning home, Robert again takes a box with opium and enters the room of Vera, reporting that he had completed experiments on it. Vera, in fear, asks what awaits her now, but the doctor leaves the answer. Then she offers him to get married and live happy life. These words scared the man, and he leaves. The girl is trying to convince him. A little later, Marilia offers to get rid of Vera. She says that her resemblance, Robert's calm wife, may create problems in the future, but Robert does not intend to rush to such actions. Apparently, he seriously thinks about the proposal of Vera and only asks Marilia fire the servants so that there are no problems with shouting and about the fact of Vera's imprisonment. The next morning, while the servants leaves the estate, a man in the carnival costume of the tiger is approaching the gate. The man tells Marilia that he is her son, Seka, whom she has not seen for 10 years because of difficult relationships. The woman lets Seka come into the house. During lunch, Marilia is watching the news that reports on the robbery that took place. One of the robbers, her silly son Seka. Marilia cannot believe her eyes, but Seka does not even try to deny. He only calls her accomplice an idiot because he did not turn off the cameras. But suddenly, he notices Vera on the monitor and amazed at her beauty. But he noticed something strange. It seems that Seka knows the girl. When he figured it out that this is not a record, he demands to say from his mother what room the girl is in. Marilia is trying to stop him. Then Seka ties up his mother and goes to look for the girl. After a long search, he enters her room. Vera kicks the door, and while Seka is lying, the girl is trying to run away. Bald guy grabs her, and imagining himself as a bald from Brazzers, he wants to wreck her. Lying on the floor, he says he was surprised to see her alive, confusing the girl with Robert's wife Gal. Vera understands that he is the only way for her to the left of house, so she is ready to play along with him. Robert returns home. Finding Marilia tied up to the chair, he notices on the screen Seka, who's trying to Vera. In anger, Robert enters the room and kills Seka. Then he takes in his hands an exhausted girl. Maria is calm and easily accepted the murder of her son, and even helps Robert remove the crime place. While Robert was trying to get rid of the body, Marilia tells Vera that Robert and Seka are brothers. However, they did not know about it. The woman admits that she gave birth to Seka from a servant who disappeared soon. She became pregnant with Robert by Mr. Ledgard when she worked as a maid. His wife was barren. Therefore, the couple took Robert from Marilia. Marilia is Robert's biological mother, which Robert does not even suspect. Vera asks why Seka called her Gal. Marilia replies that he mistook her for Robert's wife, who looked exactly like Vera. Seka and Robert had different childhood. Robert was raised in luxury, giving him an best education. Marilia was always there and took care of him, while Seka grew on the street in the criminal area far from his mother. Robert had a happy family. Together with his wife, they raised a daughter named Norma. However, everything changed 12 years ago when Seka committed a crime and in order to hide from the police, came to his mother, who at that time worked as a manager at Robert's estate. She settled her son in a guest house. No one expected Gal to fall in love with a reckless and freedom bandit Seka. The couple decided to escape, but they had an accident. Seka got out of a hot car and fled, leaving Gal to burn alive. Robert found her. She was barely alive and completely disfigured by numerous burns. Despite the betrayal, Robert still loved Gal and made every effort to save her. He spent days and nights with her, helping to correct the incident. He made his studies to return the former appearance to his wife. He ordered to remove all the mirrors from the house so that she would not see her reflection. After, thanks to Robert's efforts, Gal was recovering, and when she could already stay on her feet, Gal heard the singing of her daughter in the yard. In an attempt to look at her, she saw her reflection in the window glass. Horrified by her appearance, Gal jumped out of the window. She fell right in front of her daughter that has injured the girl for life. Years later, Norma is also committed the same way. Later in the evening, Robert allowed Vera to stay in his bedroom. He wanted to do with her an adult business, but the girl stopped him, saying that Seka injured her and she needed time to recover. The couple falls asleep in the embrace. We see the story of Robert, which happened 6 years ago. Norma was discharged from the hospital, but the girl was still on sedatives. One evening, Robert took Norm for the wedding of his patient, but after a few minutes, he lost sight of her. Robert went to look for her in the courtyard. Having passed through the forest, Robert realized that young people go here to exchange biological fluids. Among them, he tried to look for Norma. Suddenly, he noticed the guy on a motorcycle who was running away from something in a hurry. He found his daughter's shoe, then her scattered clothes. Norma lay unconscious under a tree. The girl began to fight hysteria, apparently having confused his father with the abuser who abused her. Robert wakes up in sweat and hugs Vera. We are shown the same story from the other side, which happened with a guy named Vicente, the same day 6 years ago. The guy worked in his mother's boutique. He really liked his colleague, a girl named Christine, but all his attempts were in vain. This evening, Vicente goes on wedding. He is a modern young man and took the pills. Vicente tried to find himself a companion for the evening. A spark ran between Norma and Vicente. As a result, the guy invited the girl to take a walk in the forest. However, Norma, in view of her psychological reasons, behaved like a child in an adult's body, not understanding what the guy wants from her. Norma broke the heel, so she took off her shoes and a jacket because she felt claustrophobia. Vicente took this as a signal to action. He began to get closer. The girl who spent her last years in the clinic came in a daze from such actions and did not understand what was happening. But it came down to it. Norma, in a panic, began to scream and bite. Vicente slapped her in the face. In an attempt to cover the traces, the guy straightened her clothes, jumped on his motorcycle, and rushed away. A week after the incident, Vicente is going to ventilate on a motorcycle. Robert follows him at the van. He knocks the guy on the forest road, puts the guy to sleep with a tranquilizer. He throws the motorcycle off the cliff. He takes Vicente to the basement of his mansion. The police tells Vicente's mother that they found his motorcycle at the cliff and they think her son lost control and fell from a motorcycle to the sea. His body wasn't found. The woman refuses to believe in this because her heart feels that her son is alive. The next day, Robert comes to the hospital to her daughter, but she refuses to meet with her father and closes in the closet. Doctors say that the girl has a phobia of men and she comes to contact only with nurses. Robert holds a guy chained in the basement and starved. After a week of such bullying, Robert washes Vicente from the hose as the police were washed Rembo. Then he puts him into a more comfortable room. A few days later, Norma committed by jumping out of the window. Suppressed by grief and devastated, Robert decides to take out his anger on the Vicente. He prepares the guy for the operation. Robert falses Vicente's documents and invites his colleagues to conduct vaginoplasty. Doctors successfully transform the guy into the girl. After the operation, Vicente comes to his mind and shocked that he is no longer a man. Later, when Vicente tries to discover his new body in the mirror, Robert comes and gives him expanders. The doctor regularly examines Vicente and helps to recover after the operation. Robert admits why he abducted Vicente. There is nothing to do to Vicente but to obey the distraught doctor in the hope that one day he will let him go. Years pass, and after many plastic operations, Robert transforms Vicente into an exact copy of his wife and says that his name is Vera. Living in imprisonment, Vera regularly tries to break out. During one of these attempts, she almost did it, but the doctor locked all the doors, and then grabbing the knife, Vera for the first time tried to commit, but the doctor managed to save her. He equipped her with a special room which the girl has no chance to escape. Vera begins to engage in yoga. The film is tolerated today. Robert and Vera are getting closer. It seems that Robert is seriously thinking about a happy family life with Vera. Marilia is unhappy that Vera is allowed to pace at home. She is afraid of the girl. Robert even allows Vera to go to the city with Marilia. She warns of the possible consequences if Vera runs. But the doctor believes that the girl sincerely loves him. All these years, Vicente's mother did not leave attempts to find her son. Photo that one of Robert's colleagues noted, who helped him make vaginoplasty to Vicente. He recognized the young man and came to Robert to find out all the details. But he is already ready to shoot a friend to avoid responsibility. At that moment, Vera comes. She saves Robert, saying that everything is okay. She went to this operation voluntarily because she loves Robert and confirms the legend with a kiss. A colleague in confusion leaves. This evening, the couple is going to do adult business. Vera says that he has not recovered yet, but can try with the lubricants that she bought in the city today. She goes down, finds Robert's gun, and takes it with her. The girl notices the newspaper with her photo and with tears in her eyes kisses the photo, then goes to Robert. She directs the gun to Robert and admits that she lied to him and never loved. The girl kills the doctor. Marilia rushes to the noise. She comes into the room, but the woman comprehends the same fate as her sons. The next day, Vera comes to the boutique of her mother. Christine is surprised by the strange behavior of the guest. Going around the store with tears in her eyes, Vera says Christine that she is Vicente. She tells her story and shows the dress that he wanted to give Christine 6 years ago. And finally, Vicente had a chance to win Christine's heart. The mother enters, and the film ends on this. This is how we have a retelling of an extremely crazy film today. Subscribe to the channel. Infinity Love.